Going live. All right, we're live. Hello, Patriots. Welcome to Stand United with Jack and Dennis. Tonight we have Mike filling in for Jack. Jack's away visiting his daughter up in Delaware. I won't say it. Junior's here with us. He was here with us a couple weeks ago. Last week. Yeah, you were here last week with us. He's here every week with us. He's going to give us an update on the Special Olympics fundraiser that was held over the weekend. So let's stand for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thanks. And Junior, thanks for being back with us this week.
You're welcome.
You said Mike. He's a better looking brother, or no, but we'll take him. He's got no place else to go. We took him out of the home earlier.
Yeah, I haven't left him since last week. He doesn't know what closet I'm in.
So, Junior, let's talk about the fundraiser this past weekend. A lot of people from this area, so Horry County, South Carolina, Georgetown.
Right.
They showed up for your fundraiser.
You sure did?
Tell us about it.
Well, last Sunday, we had a spaghetti fundraiser from Soccer Station. And my aunt surprised me from coming from New York.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was outrageous.
It was unbelievable. We had so many people that came. And Soccer Station did everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did was the 50-50, one of the waiters won $500 on the 50-50. And she gave it all back.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So, let's talk about your aunt.
My aunt,
What'd she do?
she came in the day after, right?
Day before.
Day before. Yeah, day before. She went to go visit my grandfather, and my grandfather went the whole entire time didn't say nothing to none of us. And we're in the parking lot, and I see this black car pulling in. I'm like, that can't be one of our friends. So she comes out, like, that's my aunt. I said, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was stunned.
Yeah, me and your father was shocked too. We went running to it.
My mother was
What
really
a great
surprised.
surprise! What a great surprise!
And then she put up. She took some raffle prizes home.
Yeah, she. My grandfather gave her $20 so he put his name down. He won a Yeti cup. My aunt's friend won a Yeti cup, and she won a picture. Really nice picture.
Yeah, picture of a deer.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh dear!
I mean, there was a lot of people waiting to get in.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, I thought that was awesome.
It was awesome.
So many people came out to show support.
In the last minute, more people were showing up.
And then even in the rain, they were standing out there in the rain.
Yeah, they were.
So people are dedicated down here.
Yeah, they show up.
So is there anything you want to say to the people who attended?
I would like to say thank you to my family, number one. Number two, I'd like to say thank you to my friends. I'd like to say thank you to Soccer Station for doing everything you guys do every year. I appreciate the owner, the waiters, everybody.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. Those waiters, the waitresses. I don't think anyone gets paid for that day.
No.
And most of them give the tips that they make.
Yeah.
They donate.
You know, and for that waitress to give back $500,
Yep.
Yeah, that was really nice.
that's really very.
It was a fun night
generous of
too.
her.
It was awesome.
We were
Oh, I
laughing. Me, you, Jack, Margaret,
Madeline.
Madeline.
Yeah,
we were
we-
laughing our heads off.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it was fun.
You know, and Junior, you're like the mayor.
Yeah.
Everybody says that.
You're like the mayor. You know everybody.
I do.
You have more friends than probably.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like.
Like the funniest thing is when we go somewhere like around our neighborhood, everybody knows and say, hey Jack, hey, my uncle asks me, who was that?
So I saw you walking around to all the tables there, greeting everybody. That's what he does.
Yeah.
What do you say to him?
I said thank you for coming. And it was really nice that my bowling friends came for the bowling league. That was really nice. Then I found out this Tuesday, that one of my bowling friends, she's gonna help me fundraise with the committee for Special Olympics.
Awesome.
So she's gonna help me with the
So
fundraising.
you're on the committee now?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I'm on the fundraising committee with Special Olympics. We're still discussing details and everything. But one of my friends that is on she's on bowling league with me. She's gonna help me because she's like me with donations and everything. She's really good.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah.
So what's the money raised for?
The money's raised for, we're having spring games coming up pretty soon.
When's that?
I don't know yet because they discuss
Usually,
it
usually in May, right?
around May or June, around there. And all the money that they collected from the spaghetti fundraiser helps them get T-shirts, helps them get medals. It helps them with a couple other things like lunch, helps them with lunch. It helps them get in the place, right? And it's a nice organization. I love it.
Good. You've been with it for a lot since you were a young kid too. Right?
I've been with it since I was like 5-7 years old.
Mike, you have any questions for our star guest?
Uh,
Yeah, because you're not the star
how
guest.
much did they raise? Did you say that?
They raised $4,500.
That's awesome. Getting bigger every year.
It sure is.
And what was the name?
The name was Socracy Station in Socracy.
And they've been doing this for
7 years. 7 years.
Amazing.
You know, Jim, you have an amazing personality, and you work hard to help out wherever you can. Every time I've seen you, even at bowling, you're helping people.
Yep.
You know, you're a great salesman.
I'm sure.
You love to help raise money for
I do.
any cause that's meaningful to you.
I'm better than my friend Phil.
For this community and for Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Like you said, it made $4,500, huh?
Yeah. And they did was with the 50-50, all together with that 50-50, they raised $1,000 from that 50-50 and they split it. So that was a big deal.
That's a lot of extra money for people.
Yeah.
You know, it helps kids they go to different special functions.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you before. I was raised in a handicapped family.
Yeah.
My brother and father were both handicapped.
Yeah.
And they had muscular dystrophy. And every year, my brother got to go on a vacation somewhere where they were having just for his,
Yeah.
just for people with him with special needs. And I thought I didn't understand it back then, but I thought it was great that he get to go away.
And what's nice is
Because I had free time by myself.
the nice thing is you get to meet different kids, different adults that is around your age, or like younger ages or older ages.
And they become your friends.
They become like family.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
they become your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, these kids too, they love what they're doing. They
Okay.
congratulate each other. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who's winning or losing. They
Oh
come
my
up
God,
to
the
them.
passion for some people I seen bowling is unbelievable.
Oh, and there's some bowlers too.
There's some good
Oh,
bowlers.
Jack here is about 150, 160.
Yeah, my highest was a 180.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So again, you tell your Socracy Station, they've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job they do every year. Located in Horry County, South Carolina. If you're ever in Myrtle Beach, please support this business on Route what?
707.
707.
So, yeah, I mean, they do it on Sunday. They close on Sundays. They open up the place on Sunday. And when did it start? 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock, it ended at 4.
And they were there way before 1.
And they
They
say
were
they're
there
way
way
after
after
4 o'clock.
4
There's still
o'clock.
people
Yeah.
coming in.
You
Right.
should see at 4 o'clock, there was more people coming in.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more people coming in.
I know it's
And
good.
they were still selling food and everything.
So, Junior, we appreciate you being here with us.
No problem.
You're not only valuable to
Special
Olympics,
Olympics.
but you're very valuable to this podcast
Yes.
and this Facebook and the Facebook channels that you handle.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of people on the Facebook too.
Yeah,
So
we
before we send you off to monitor the cameras, is there anything you want to say to everybody?
I would like to say thank you to all my friends, my family, and all the support that they have for me.
Good
I'm
job.
there to support you
Good job.
because you're the man.
Yep.
All right, thank you again, and we'll have you on again soon.
Yep.
So, Mike, today we're just going to talk about what we've seen in the news the last few days.
Right.
Is that all right with you?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah. I can speak.
The first thing I want to talk about?
Whoopee!
Yep, Whoopi Goldberg and the other liberal morons. Can't believe they're still on the air.
Unreal.
The View. They're all no good. Whoopi used a racial slur, commonly used to describe Armenian people. But she used it on The View. So I guess it makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Because she's still on the air.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder what their ratings are.
I was going to look that up, but I didn't want to be disappointed.
I was just wondering because can there be that many people that agree with them?
There can't be that many.
No,
If they get a couple 100,000
I mean,
people,
it's
think a lot.
not like any of these guys have been in anything, you know, as far as their careers are concerned, like any movies or stand-up comedy, unless you consider their show a stand-up comedy.
She did that one movie with the I forgot his name, passed away there.
Who
goes?
Whoopi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but how long ago was that?
That was probably 40 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. All of these guys. When was the last time we seen them in anything?
Yeah, there is. So my question to you is this: how is it anytime someone from the black community is allowed to apologize, which he did, and I appreciate the apology,
Right.
but they're given a break to stay as on the air as commentators?
Well, it's not only. I mean, you should say liberal or conservative because there are black conservatives that are forced out of their business because of what they said.
Right.
Just as well as whites. I mean, they don't care about race when it comes to that. Freedom of speech, as long as you agree with us. If you don't,
The liberals.
not only don't you are you forced to say you're sorry, but you're blacklisted from anything.
Right.
You know, and they, like you said, they say they're sorry, which is good, but then it has to be both ways.
Like I said, if it wasn't a white community, it was white host, the very next day they'd be outcast.
Yeah, no matter how many apologies they say,
They'd be blacklisted, and we'd never hear from them again. They would not get a job in
what
the
they call
industry
it, canceled,
anymore.
right?
Canceled. You know, hey, I do agree if you say if you use an ethnic slur, white or black host.
Yeah, but it's
Brits.
got to be fair. It's
We
got
don't
to be
need
both ways.
We don't
you
need
know?
we don't need hate in America. There's too much of it now.
Yeah.
We need unity. That's unfortunate. These politicians are creating segregation.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad.
It's both sides.
You know. So do you feel ABC is creating an unfair work environment, giving black commentators leeway to do what they want? I mean, I think it's creating a system of bigotry.
Well, I think as long as you're a liberal newscast or channel, you stay on the air and they try to get rid of the other side, the other opinion. It's funny, there's no more discussions anymore. There's no more debates. It's our way or no way.
Right.
And it's getting that way faster and faster. I mean, remember 2018 and now? What a difference. Like that.
Yeah.
Things are changing.
I want to talk about Mayor Beetlejuice there real quick. I'm just seeing her on the internet. Mayor Lightfoot from Chicago. She got Chicago officials ripped her on her handling of the migrant crisis in her city. They say she dropped the ball.
Oh, really? That's it, though, right? That's the
I
only
don't
thing
know.
she dropped the ball
I
on.
didn't understand. I didn't read it yet.
I mean, she dropped the ball on her whole mayor Tory.
She was elected because of her stance on crime. She was going to clean up the city. She was going to put more cops on the street.
Yeah.
She's going to make that city safer for all, for everyone that visited there, for everyone that lives there, for everyone that traveled there. She put that city back 20, 30 years.
Well, it was amazing.
With her policies.
Yeah, she's blaming her that she's a black gay woman, and that's the reason why she won the election. Did she look at her numbers?
I don't think she did.
I mean, how can you say that with the numbers that she had for that city? People were getting shot left and right there.
Yeah, got that right. So I want to talk about Hunter Biden. They say the walls are closing in.
Walls are closing in. It's
Find
taking a long, long time for these walls to close in.
Find it laughable. We all know he's had drug problems, and I really wouldn't wish that on any of my worst enemy.
Yeah,
you know?
that's terrible.
And hopefully he's getting the help he needs to stay clean.
Yeah.
Again, I have a few questions for you. Just two.
Okay.
Do you think his parents had sleepless nights knowing he was on drugs
Oh, no.
and could overdose at any time and kill himself?
No.
Or do you feel they didn't care because he was making them lots of money through
Well-
Ukraine and China?
Well, they were making a lot of money. He was using their name very well and making that family a fortune. And not only that, they have to keep that under covers because it would have affected their name if this got out with the drugs and everything. And second of all, I hate to say it, but if he died of an overdose, that'd be another name that President Biden could use in his speeches.
Right.
It's a horrible thing to say, but he does it. He brings his dead family into almost all of the speeches.
So we just seen this on the internet too.
Oh,
Haley
yeah.
Biden is first family member in influence peddling investigation. $3 million they're investigating her for.
Yeah.
And for peddling, influence peddling.
Yep.
When does it end?
Well, that's the thing. It's taken them this long just to find 3.
Yeah.
Check the whole family. His
Yeah,
brother.
right? Brother was in bed with him too.
Anyone that's affiliated with this family, including the Obamas, Hillary, the Clintons. Check them all.
No, that'll never happen. But the Treasury Department has agreed to hand over financial records related to Hunter Scamalot regarding transactions over $5,000. So do you think President Forget-A-Lot, his dad, will intervene and stop them from being handed over, citing executive privilege?
Oh yeah. Not only that, have you ever noticed that even when the Republicans bring something to the floor and it's out in the news, they make their appearance, they see them on TV and everything, and then all of a sudden nothing's ever heard and nothing's ever done about it. Okay, we let it out. If we keep quiet, nothing will be done.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. Or if this guy gets put in jail, there's a pardon.
He gets off anyway.
His whole family.
And do you think a Republican-led House will actually find anything in this family where they can finally indict?
I don't think, like I said, they might come up with something, they'll say it, and that will be over. And then the American people will forget, and it's the same thing over and over again. How many things has happened so far that have been brought out and nothing has been done? I mean, where is Dr. Fauci? Now that we found out that that they were lying and that everybody was right that was saying that it was from China, where is he?
Off enjoying retirement somewhere in the world.
I mean, and like I said, this will be brought out, then nothing will be said, and then everybody will forget about it.
You got that right.
It's kind of scary. They know how to play it.
Both sides.
Exactly. Both sides
They're all
know how to
really-
play this.
Hearings for Hunter begin March 10th, right there on Capitol Hill. I don't think it's going anywhere. Stay tuned for the root cause of corruption at the White House. We might get to it eventually.
Yeah.
I think it's all a joke. All these politicians are jokes, and they need to resign immediately.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's time. I mean, how many years? I mean, years and years and years and years. Decades.
We need the next generation to lead this great country because these old timers are terrible.
They don't care.
Everything out on it.
They don't care. They care about their power and their wealth.
That's all they care about.
Not us.
They're going to take every American down with them to
Yep.
get what they want. They don't care about anyone but themselves. So have you heard that the United States and South Korea are conducting joint military drills off the
Yeah.
Korean coast?
Which I think is great. I think it's about time we showed some kind of force.
It's been the first time in like 5 years
Yeah.
that they've done something this major.
Yeah.
They're 24-hour drills, and they're it's like 2 weeks long. And they've had some good feedback from South Korean officials.
Just a little reminder. Hello. We're still in the game here, folks.
But having said that, North Korea fired several missiles into the sea, as a warning to both countries to stop with these exercises, these games.
Maybe one of their missiles should accidentally fall back on where it was shot.
Would be nice, huh? U.S. sent a warning to North Korea about the firing of them. No, they said we're going to annihilate them.
Well, they need to know that. They need to know that we can destroy them. because they're getting a little bit headstrong there.
Yeah, but do you think they really care? Because they become more brazen, and each day they get more brazen.
Well, it's funny because a lot of these leaders, they don't care about their people. So as long as they're safe.
What
Yeah.
approach should the U.S. take to stop their aggression? Or do you think it's too late to negotiate with them?
Oh, well, you could try negotiations, but they're not going to listen. And I wouldn't send. I mean, who do you send in this administration to negotiate with them? I mean, they're fools. This administration's horrible.
Yeah, you got president forget a lot, vice president laugh a lot.
I mean, who? If you had competent people, maybe. But I mean, they have to be reminded, I think, how strong we are.
Got John Kerry, the climate change czar,
Yeah,
flying around his personal jet, telling us we're not supposed to.
yeah. The biggest threat to the United States is the environment. It's funny. Doesn't California have some of the strongest environmental laws in the country?
They don't follow them though.
Well,
That's why there's forest fires all the time.
there's forest fires, there's floods, there's all kinds of environmental disasters are happening there, or what they call caused from. Well, if they're the leaders of this, then apparently it's not working.
It's not. Governor Newsom is a freaking joke.
He has another one who walks around with his bodyguards that have guns.
See, I think
We're not allowed.
I think our elected leaders need to come out from their cowardice desk and send a huge message to our adversaries out there everywhere. And North Korea should be our example.
Yeah.
The time has come for America to take back the superpower status we once had.
Or maybe shoot down wherever those missiles are coming from.
And what did you say about Saudi Arabia and
Saudi Arabia and Iran have entered into a peace treaty through China, and China said no English is to be used during these peace treaties. That's how far they want America away from this. And then I also heard that Israel wants to negotiate with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is very frustrated with the United States.
You think?
Yeah. And I think this is their way of saying, we'd rather deal with you, but you're not dealing with us. So we're going to, fortunately, we have no choice. We have to deal with these Iranians and Chinese.
Can you see our status as lost in the world?
Yeah.
Thanks to these politicians we have.
So we're so weak with this administration, and everybody knows.
It's not just this administration. It's a weak Congress, a weak Senate.
Yeah, but
the Republicans are.
We did have a president.
The Republicans are just as bad as the Democrats.
But you had a president that said, "Don't mess with us." This guy won't.
Oh, he wants to be part of China, I think.
Well, like Jack said, they're handcuffed. He's handcuffed. They're making money off of these countries.
Mm-hmm. So did you see the executive order that President Forget signed yesterday?
When are they going to outlaw that?
So
I don't understand how a president can do this.
So it's a comprehensive gun control bill.
Unbelievable.
We have brought it up several times on this podcast, this show, that this administration wants to take away all our guns.
Yeah, as long as they're protected.
That's right.
They keep their bodyguards that are armed.
These Democrats that want to take your guns away, most of them carry guns.
Yeah. Let me tell you
But
something.
they want to say, you can't carry one, but I can.
They are trying to make it out that the Second Amendment wasn't made to have these kind of guns for hunting. That's what they're trying to push on you. Folks, the Second Amendment wasn't made for hunters. It was made to stop government officials from trotting over us, to protect us from them, not to hunt. And that, unfortunately, people are believing what they're saying. That's not what the Second Amendment was for. It's to protect us from our government.
People are so brainwashed today. It's actually funny to watch. I don't know why. I can't even win with these people. So number one, under the Constitution, Congress makes all the laws.
Right.
Not the executive. It's not even legal what he's doing.
Well, let's have Congress start doing their jobs, too. When was the last law they passed?
They've been trying to the infrastructure bill.
With no apparent guidelines of where the money's going to, because nothing has been done. Have you seen anything?
Nope.
Okay, where's this $3 trillion?
I wish it was in my back pocket, but it's not.
No, it's not in mine either.
There's going to be so many lawsuits to question this overreach. This ridiculous executive order.
I don't know how we allowed this. I mean, this has been going on for 16 years. The presidents have been writing executive offices.
Oh, it's been going on
What,
forever.
longer?
It's been going on since George Washington.
I mean, I don't understand how this is possible. And it's useless because the next president that comes in, they get rid of it.
I think George Washington had one executive order. Most of them kept it around 6 or 7 or 8, under 10.
Well, Trump wrote a lot.
Trump had a lot of them.
A lot of them.
And he was wrong.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now Biden, if you can't get it through Congress or anywhere, we'll just sign it. We'll make an executive order.
Can't do it, folks.
How do you do that with the Second Amendment, though?
People let them do it. Maybe someday a tyrant in office will grow a set and ban these unlawful executive orders. Don't plan on them growing a set because they're a bunch of sissies.
How many did Reagan have? I don't remember Reagan passing too many executive
I
orders.
think he had a few.
Did he have that one? Because I remember he used to come to the people. Anytime Congress said, like he had any idea that they might be going against them, he came out on TV, talked to us in layman language, and said, this is what's going to happen if the Congress doesn't pass this. And Congress is so afraid of him because it was so popular. They always gave it.
Yep. So
That's the way to work for a law if you want it to be passed through
talk
Congress.
to the people.
Yes.
Not this administration. Not even the Trump administration. I don't think they did.
No, I don't think they took the easy way out. Unfortunately, the easy way out only lasts for as long as you're in office.
Yep.
So it doesn't help us out any.
But Democrats want us to think that guns are killing people.
Yeah.
They never get to the root cause of the problem.
Yeah.
Give me a good example. Kamala Harris on the border. She's never told us what the root causes are why migrants come to our country.
She's left pretty hard about it, though.
That's why I call her laugh a lot.
Yeah.
You know why? She doesn't. She's clueless. Another ignorant politician that has been a failure as our vice president.
Yeah.
We got a lot of failures with presidents and vice presidents, but she's probably the worst. And this president is probably the worst we've ever had. And I thought it was Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't know if this country can last another 2 years with this guy.
We lasted 4 years with Jimmy Carter. We'll last 4 years with this guy.
I hope so.
Hopefully not 8.
Because this guy is just, I mean, like I said, from 2018 till now, it's amazing what
$12 trillion out of the debt.
it's
Between Trump and
amazing the
Biden.
change of this country. But we're losing rights.
Never should have closed the economy.
No.
Never should have done any of that.
Florida seemed to be doing all right.
They could
Huh?
have had huge herd immunity.
Yeah. What a mess.
Bad people with guns kill people
Right.
because they are evil, deranged, and demented morons. See, a person must pull the trigger. It's not the gun's fault. A
Right.
gun can't come over and say, I'm pulling your trigger today. It's the freaking morons who carry them. Junior?
Paul says executive orders are politics to govern Congress, like not smoking in the bathroom, no littering the hallway, that the I don't know what he said. Executive order, never power stolen. That was it.
Paul's
Well-
right. Paul, he's right what he's saying.
But the problem is that the executive orders are getting into our constitutional rights now.
Yep.
That's a scary thing.
These politicians don't even stand up to this shit. Again, it's not the person. It's not the gun's fault. It's the morons carrying these guns. Now, I agree. We need background checks.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. We need to take a firearm safety course. Well, don't penalize the majority of citizens who follow the law and believe a gun will help protect them from all the evil we have in this world today.
That's right.
You can't even walk down the street without people looking at you the wrong way. If you look at them, they automatically think, "Oh, this guy must want to do something to me. This girl wants to do something to me." No more.
Or say something anymore. Oh, this
Yeah.
person might say something bad about me.
It might hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So they're gonna shoot you.
So when you get a permit, do you have to take a safety course, right?
A gun permit?
Yeah.
Yep, you have to take a safety course.
So actually, if they would allow this to be lawfully done, there'll be more educated gun owners than non-educated gun owners.
Not only do you have to take a gun course, but you have to qualify. And if you don't qualify, they don't pass you.
All right, there you go.
You know, they want people to be safe from themselves.
Right.
We have so many mental health problems in America today.
Yeah.
We have so many gang members in America. We have people that control women. We have women that control men through force,
Yeah.
pointing a gun at them, scaring them.
What about our kids in schools? That used to be a safe place.
It's even hard for our teachers to go to school today. I think because these students are bringing in guns. It's crazy. Like I said, when's it gonna end? You know. You want to see how evil our politicians are?
I'm really.
They're such a. I just use morons because that's the only thing I can think of right now. But they're below that. Despicable council chops down 110 trees under cover of darkness, lined with security guards to keep people out. How low is that? That you have to do shit in the middle of the night because you're afraid of what the constituents are going to do.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Cowards. Politicians are cowards. They're losers, and they all need to resign.
Yep, you have to follow our laws, but we don't.
That's right. They don't have to follow our laws. But God forbid if you don't follow the law.
Yeah. We have to follow their laws, but us guys who enforce the laws, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. Not much. You probably won't get incarcerated because these DAs don't do their job anyway.
Yeah.
You know? It's ridiculous, folks. You gotta wake up. You have to wake up. We trust you to do it. We trust you to wake up. Smell the coffee.
Yeah.
Stop listening to these freaking news agencies.
Oh, yeah.
Go to these city council meetings. This was in Plymouth.
You should be X right now. What are you doing?
They should have, the constituents should have been there the next day telling them you're resigning.
Yeah.
We're taking over. Because you're
Pending criminal charges.
Yep. Like I said.
I mean, we're sitting here and this stuff is happening.
Yep. We need to keep our guns. Not only for protection against criminals, but protection against this government who are trying to take our liberties away.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Wake the F up.
Like I said, the Second Amendment wasn't made for hunters. It was made to protect us from
Government overreach.
rogue government, right?
You know, hey, I want to bring this up. I know we've mentioned our book called Politicians Gaslighting Americans.
That's awesome.
You know, we had an amazing time writing it. I mean, and reading comments about the topics we cover. I mean, maybe your comment is in this book.
Yeah.
There were so many because you had so much insight and you had great things to say about each topic. And the people of America need to hear your comments. They need to read them. So I reached out to several I can say that 3 times. I've reached out to several publishers and I've heard back from a lot of them. Been asking a lot of questions for the best way to get it out for everyone at a reasonable price. Like today I talked to Page Publishing. And the only thing about these guys, it might take up to 6 months for them to complete it from start to finish.
Is that the average time? Or
for them it is. It can be done in 4 months, can be done in 3 months. But they offer a good price because we're first-time authors, which is good. I just got to send them our book via email, and they check that out for free. They'll read it and see if it's worthy for their publishing company, which I agree they should.
Yeah.
But we heard from Dorrance Publishing. They do everything from start to finish. They do marketing and everything. Heard from Fulton Publishing. New authors, a lot of people have. I'll be talking to some more people over the weekend. So we should have some good information to tell you next week on who we picked to publish this masterpiece from all of you.
That'd be awesome.
Because what we wrote around your comments.
And this is going to be available on Amazon, Barnes and
They
Noble.
said it's on Amazon. It's going to be ebook. Print book, Barnes and Noble books,
Paperback.
That's what I meant to say. Paperback. The name would escape me. Be on Amazon, Amazon Kindle. It goes out to several news organizations.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
So they can look at it.
Wow, wouldn't it be great if you made the Time top bestseller?
That'd be nice.
That'd be
As a
great.
first-time author, that'd be really good.
That'd be great.
So stay with us. There's a lot of more questions, several more questions I'm going to have for our second book. It's going to be called Politicians Gaslighting Americans, but this is going to be a second edition we're going to come up with. So if you want to participate, join us on Facebook, United States Constitutional Group, become members. Dennis Gravel on Facebook, Jack Young on Facebook, Jack Jr. on Facebook. There's tons of us, But if you want to be on our email list, we're at uscg20211@aol.com. And we'll add you to that list, and we'll send you all the questions. Like I said, we had a lot of fun with this. It was great.
So what are you going to do? You're going to add small questions and get the answers and then keep track of it?
Yep. What I do is I transfer it everything on my computer. I put in whatever question I ask, I put that down. I put all their comments in that section on my computer in Word document form. And I don't even think Mike has seen the book yet.
No, I haven't.
That's how much we want to surprise everyone.
I just thought it was cool that you guys were doing that.
Margaret hasn't even. We give Margaret everything, and she hasn't even seen the finished version yet. So we want to make this a surprise. It's going to be good, and it's all from you. I mean, it's amazing. Any thoughts on that, Mike?
I think it's great. I mean, and I think it should be required reading. They had some good questions, from what I remember when you were doing the questions.
Yeah,
Because I remember you used to answer them. A couple of them on our podcast.
Yep.
Your podcast, I should say.
Well, it's ours. You're a big help with this too, just as much as Junior is.
But yeah, that's great.
The funny part is he's not even a junior.
No,
We just call him Junior.
I call him Little Jack. He's
He's
gigantic.
He's the real Jack Young. Yeah, he's the real Jack Young. The other two are imposters. So I don't know if you've seen this, but South Carolina House approved pay raises for teachers and law enforcement. When they approved a $14 billion budget on Wednesday.
$14 billion, huh?
I don't know where else.
So
I'm just scared about this part.
261 million is going for public safety.
Yep.
Law enforcement.
Much needed raise down here for those people. Believe me, the pay down here is terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible for cops. So this raise shows a little appreciation for a thankless job.
Yeah.
I did that thankless job down here for a few years. And I'm glad I don't do it anymore, but I do miss the camaraderie. I worked with a lot of great officers. White, black, Hispanic, Asian.
They're all brothers, right?
We're all brothers. We all went to calls together. We all protected the community.
I mean, I know my brother Jack, he was in law enforcement. He was a New York City police
Yep,
officer.
it was.
And those are people that he'll never forget,
And you never do.
No.
Still friends with a couple of them now.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got a few friends. Matter of fact, one came down not too long ago.
It also increases salaries for teachers. It's only $2,500 a year.
Yeah, I think they deserve more.
Deserve a lot more.
They don't have a union here, huh? So
No, it's a
whatever
right
the
to work
state
state.
says, and that's it, huh?
Yeah, there's very limited unions down here. Like I think Lockheed down in Charleston, they're probably union. Maybe a couple steel mills are union, but most of it's just a right to work law. So they can get fired anytime.
Wow.
But the new teacher salary is going to be over $42,000. Again, much needed relief for a challenging job.
Especially with inflation now. That's money that they're going to need to eat.
These teachers, along with police officers, are a dangerous job.
Yep.
With all the kids, the gang members coming into schools, the lack of respect for their elders.
Yep.
It's nuts. So
They're
giving
not
us
allowed to do anything.
just giving us a little appreciation is great. I feel the state did a great job on this.
Yeah.
Especially because our prices down here are out of control. Everything they're facing.
It's amazing how
It's
fast
so
the
hard to
inflation-
survive.
And I hear that the food prices are going up again.
That's great. When I moved here 7 years ago, the prices weren't this high. It's really bad.
Yeah.
What about you?
Sure
Mark?
is.
How long you been down here?
I've been here 2 years, but from 1 year I can see the difference.
I've been here 9 years.
I mean, I can't
Right,
believe
9
how
years.
much
9 years.
food costs.
You know, I have to say one thing, folks, before we move on. Jack Jr. and Mike, I really don't like these people today.
We had
I-
a very relaxing day today.
Yeah, it was rough. So I went over to Mike's house to pick him up to bring him over here. The first thing they said to me, we had a rough day. We're in a hot tub at 2,
And there were people there.
and I'm surprised they got in. Then they went to a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And they had to dry off in the sauna.
Yeah.
So if they say they have a rough life,
Well, folks, there's people.
what do you say to that, Junior?
There's people in my hot tub.
Yeah, deal with it.
Just
No,
unfortunate.
it was so
The rest of us are
relaxing.
unfortunate.
I lived in such a great life. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
we
retirement. And it was cold. And good to know our pool and hot tub was indoors. Very nice.
They got the life, folks.
We sure do.
It was very nice. Wish you were there.
You should have invited me. So we've said this several times before on this podcast, on this show. As patriots, we must stand united. The time to rise up is now. These politicians have ruined our country and digging us further and further into debt. Almost $32 trillion in debt. Like we said earlier, over $12 million, right? $15 million since 2018. 5 years, we've doubled our debt.
With no end.
No end in sight. You know, but we need to be individuals. Don't become brainwashed by these news media outlets.
Yeah.
Stop listening to them. Stop being a lazy person and get your news out there. Don't get your news from media. Get out there and talk to people. Get involved with your community.
See what's happening in your community. See if what they're saying matches what you're seeing. If they're saying there's no inflation, you're paying $7 for eggs,
There's inflation.
then there's a problem. They're lying, or somebody's ripping you off. You know,
Yeah.
live in your community. See what's going on.
You know, research, and research again. Be smarter and more informed than the person next to you.
Mhm.
And get involved with us every Thursday at 5:30 live on our podcast.
Yes.
Stand United with Jack and Dennis. We're on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, iHeart, just about everywhere.
Yeah, let me tell you, these two put a lot of work into this. And
we have a lot of fun.
yeah, but you put a lot of work into
We
it.
do.
People should really just keep informed. Hear the other side. And you know, you're not taking one side or the other. You're telling the truth. This is what's going on, folks.
You gotta listen to both news stories. You gotta listen to CNN. You gotta listen to Fox. And believe me, I hate them both.
Yeah.
They're just one-centered. One's for the left, one's for the right.
Yeah.
We need an independent news agency that gives a Democratic view and a Republican's view, so you, the informed reader,
Right now,
Informed
neither
listener
party is doing their job.
can make an informed decision and not have the left tell you what to do, not have the right tell you what to do. You know, we do this live show every Thursday on YouTube, also called Stand United with Jack and Dennis. And on our Facebook page, our good one, the best one we have, the United States Constitutional Group. Become part of that group. People put unbelievable information on there.
Yeah.
Include yourself in this conversation. Mike, you said you had something earlier you said you had.
Yeah, I'm supposed to bring information on what's going on as far as religion and our government. And I'm supposed to put it on a computer, but I don't know how to work it, so I haven't been doing it. So maybe they could figure out, maybe if I write something, maybe once a month, they could say something, put it in their podcast. Anyway, Monday, March 13th, I watch a newscast about religion and our government. And this is what I found. Arizona School Board votes to stop hiring from a Christian college. Says that Christian beliefs make people unsafe. It's in Gildale, Arizona. It's near Phoenix. And the university they had a contract with hiring teachers from is Arizona Christian University. And this is the Washington School District. Ends the contract because Christians believes being unsafe for LGBTQ. That's their opinion, students. Now, I just want you to know that there has been no complaints about any violence or any problem with the students and their teachers. But culture likes to change the definition of its words. It is an attempt to change truth. The risk is people getting offended because of someone's Christian's beliefs. Now, being offended is normally not associated with safety. The only risk here is people losing their jobs because we're in a country that's losing its freedom of speech and religion. It's a double standard. Someone is going to be discriminated against the way they're working things out. The students, like I said, in this school have no complaints about the way they're being taught. This university, thank goodness, is fighting back by suing the Washington school districts to defend our freedom of speech and religion. Now, folks, I got to tell you, prosecutions it's not like a switch where you turn on a switch and overnight, your freedoms will be taken away. Prosecution is not a switch. It's a gradual process. It's not like that suddenly Christians are being locked up or worse. It starts as a series of steps of the culture or state asking Christians to compromise with God's word in order to accommodate the surrounding cultures, making Christians choose what is their authority. Is it God or is it the culture or state? The state will start asking Christians to worship Jesus as long as Christians incorporate the state mandate in culture and take the state's mandate over Christians' beliefs. And Christians will never put anything over God's word. If the state mandates or anything conflicts with God's word, we must choose God's words and to follow Jesus. Public schools are allowing humanism in schools. That is a religion. I also heard that in Michigan, it's about to sign a bill putting discrimination of LGBTQ rights into law without any religious exceptions. So if a Christian school or church don't hire them, they can be sued.
Ridiculous.
People, we are losing our right to speak and our right to religion quickly. Because if other states start following this, you're not going to have any religious freedom.
Like Chuck Schumer said last week, like Jack said, talked about Chuck Schumer on the state house floor, on the Senate floor. He said news media should be censored by the government, taking away free speech. Like Mike said, religion, they started that, taking away the rights there during COVID. And they ain't going to stop until they get it.
Well, like I said, it's a slow process.
And these are steps to socialism, Mike.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is no Bibles in the schools anymore. There is no prayer in the schools anymore. Now, you're not hiring Christian teachers because of what they call unsafe.
Yep. They're taking away your gun rights. We talk about it every week, folks. Every single week. Wake up before it's too late. Stick with us. Join us. Be the fighter. Don't be that couch potato. You don't want to be the one telling your grandkids, I did nothing. I sure as hell ain't gonna do that to my grandkids.
Yeah, and you
We
got
have a great country. We just got to really get rid of some problems in here that we have.
and you got to really search. You have, like Dennis says, you have to really do your research. Where did you hear about this on any newscast?
Then
Right, you have to look.
that's why you gotta listen to smaller podcasts. They tell you things that you should keep in the news. These major media outlets, they don't care. They'll cover for 2 or 3 minutes, and it goes into a cesspool.
Yeah,
Like
you
they
don't hear
are.
anything
Because they're a
about
bunch of cesspool morons themselves. You know? Include yourself in the conversation, like I said. It's the only way we're going to get our country back. Mike, can you lead us in prayer?
I'm going to read from the Bible because right now we're still allowed to read the Bible. It's a prayer that I love. It's in 1 Timothy chapter 2. And there's no stronger prayer than one that comes from the Bible. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God, our Savior, who will have all men to be saved, and to come unto the knowledge of the truth. For there is one God, and one mediator between God and men, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself a ransom for all, to be testified in due time. And I also have I read, last time I read that prayer, I mentioned the gospel. And now I'm going to read from Romans, which is it's how to be saved. It's sort of like an instruction manual. It's Romans 10, verse 8 through 13. But what saith it? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart, that is the word of faith which we preach. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thy heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart men believe it unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. For the scripture saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Amen.
Amen. Politicians fear the day that we citizens become united. The first part of that is putting God back in our vocabulary.
Yep.
Start following God. I don't read the Bible. I should. But I trust God 100%. You know? Get with God so we can win back our country. Like I said earlier, research. When you do your research, you get smarter. And people can't tell you they're bullcrap to think they know more than you. Again, be the one to know more than them. Because knowledge is power.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. And we'll talk all you Patriots next Thursday.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Mike.
I gotta go pee quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you said that right on camera, dude. Way to go.
Then you